What would you do if your best friend and your wife had been sleeping together for 5 years and looked you in the eyes every day like nothing happened? Would you scream, smash everything in sight? Or would you smile and build the quietest revenge they'd never see coming? This is not just a story about cheating. This is about what happens when you know, and they don't know you know. And for 5 years, I let them think they were winning. I held birthday parties, took family photos, and planned every single step until the day I walked away with everything and left them with nothing but each other and the silence. Would you have done the same? Welcome to Lies Unveiled. Everyone said we were the perfect couple. Matching smiles, matching goals, even matching sweaters at Christmas. I met her in college. She was bold, funny, the kind of girl who walked into a room and made everyone want to stay. We got married before 25, bought a house in the suburbs, had a son, a dog, took road trips, posted photos that looked like stock images. And then there was Adam, my best friend since high school. He was at our wedding, held our baby before my own father did. People said we were lucky. A beautiful wife, a loyal best friend, and a peaceful life. But it was never peaceful, just quiet, like the silence before an earthquake. One night, I came home early. She was asleep. Adam had just left. I walked into the kitchen, opened the freezer, and took off my wedding ring. I placed it inside a small glass of water and left it in the freezer to freeze. That was the night I realized this marriage wasn't alive anymore. I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't run. But I would freeze the part of me that used to love her. And wait. Tell me something. Have you ever known the truth and still chosen silence? The first crack was her smile, not the one she gave to me, the one she gave to her phone. She'd read a message, and her lips would curl in a way I hadn't seen in months. The kind of smile you don't give to a joke, the kind you give to a person. Her phone was always face down, everywhere. Dinner, couch, even while brushing her teeth. She said it was about avoiding distractions. I pretended to believe her. Then came the perfume. Not hers, not mine. Something too sweet, too new, like trying to impress someone younger. You smell different, I said once. She laughed. Got a sample at the mall. Do you like it? Yeah, I lied. But I knew it wasn't for me. Then Adam started texting her more. Midnight memes, parenting jokes. Too familiar, too timed. He's like a brother, she said. Right. A brother who knows your favorite wine and calls you when I'm not home. I wanted to ask more, push, but I didn't, because I wasn't ready to hear the truth, spoken out loud. Sometimes the lie is easier to live with than the storm truth brings. But I started writing it down. Every text, every laugh, every time she called him just a friend. Do you remember the moment? You stopped trusting, but kept pretending? She left her phone on the counter. Just once. She was in the backyard, talking to Adam on speaker. I heard them laugh. I wasn't trying to invade, but her phone lit up. A message preview, and then another, and then a video. I didn't even need to open it. The thumbnail alone felt like a punch to the throat. Her body, naked, on our bed. Adam behind her, his face smug, her voice unrecognizable, not because it wasn't hers, but because I had never heard her sound like that. I opened the gallery. There were more. dates, angles, our bedroom, our guest room, even the back seat of my own car. She filmed them. She directed them. She saved them, labeled them by dates. I dropped the phone. I didn't scream. I didn't break it. I just sat down and looked around our kitchen, the birthday drawings on the fridge, the cereal bowls in the sink, the jacket she wore the night I proposed, still hanging by the door. It was all a movie set, a prop life, and I'd been the only one without a script. That night, she kissed me like nothing happened. I let her, because my body was frozen, but my mind was finally moving. I printed every photo, downloaded every video, transferred every message, built a folder called Truth, and then I renamed it Funeral. Let me ask you something. If you found out the person you loved wasn't just unfaithful, but took pleasure in humiliating you, could you ever look at them again and not see the monster? Most men would have burned the house down, but I made coffee, kissed her forehead every morning, tucked my son into bed every night, and smiled because I wasn't leaving. I was watching, waiting. Revenge isn't loud. It's quiet. It wears slippers. It takes notes. I started by being sweeter, more loving, so she wouldn't suspect a thing. I invited Adam over more. Game nights, barbecues, poker games with just the two of us. I laughed at his jokes, shared my whiskey, even gave him a birthday gift. He thought I was healing. What he didn't know was that I was building. I bought a second phone, burner number, encrypted cloud backups. I hid a voice recorder under our bed, another behind the bookshelf, and one in the guest bathroom. They always thought that room was safe. Every moan, every whisper, every time he told her how dumb I was and how good she made him feel. I recorded it. I even made copies and mailed them to a private storage unit, registered under a fake name. I changed all my passwords, moved my investments, created a separate bank account, met with a divorce lawyer 2 towns over, every second Thursday. At night, I'd sit in the dark and review the evidence, like a detective reviewing a cold case. Only this case was very much alive. I told no one, not even my sister, not even my best friend from work, because trust is a privilege I no longer handed out. And while they slept peacefully, in my bed, on my sheets, under my roof, I was scripting their downfall, line by line, scene by scene. Tell me this, if someone gave you 5 years to ruin the 2 people who destroyed you, would you forgive or finish the job? It was a Wednesday, ordinary. She was in the shower. Adam had messaged her, "I miss you already." I watched the bubble of her reply. Then it vanished. No reply. She thought she was clever, thought I'd never know. She was right, until she wasn't. I made breakfast, scrambled eggs, toast, her favorite coffee with just enough cream. She kissed my cheek. I smiled, like I always did. She didn't know this was the last time. At 9:45, I left the house, not to work, to war. By 10:15, the courier had arrived. An envelope, thick, precise. Inside, divorce papers, custody claim, evidence package. A single sentence typed on top. I know everything. At 10:17, I turned off my phone. Forever. She called. Again. And again. I didn't answer. Neither did the lawyer, because we had prepared for this moment, down to the second. Adam got his own package, same contents, but his included photos, every one I took, every video, and a USB labeled "Play Me Alone." He did. He cried. He puked. He tried to call me. He couldn't, because I had vanished. Legally, financially, digitally, emotionally. My son was already with my sister, in another state. They thought he was just visiting. He never came back. The house? Sold. The cars? Retitled. The accounts? Frozen. All hers, but empty. She messaged me from an unknown number. Can we talk? I read it, then deleted it. Some things don't deserve closure, only consequences. Let me ask you something. If someone took your love, your family, your peace, would you still give them your words? I didn't write an essay. I didn't curse her out. I didn't send voice notes or long letters. Just one sentence, taped to the bathroom mirror, where she always looked at herself before pretending to love me. It read, "You were the love of my life, but I was just a placeholder between your betrayals." I left another note on the kitchen table, right next to a cold cup of coffee. Every smile you gave him was one you stole from our son. And for Adam, he got a sticky note inside the box of evidence. You spent 5 years trying to become me. Now you can live with what's left of her. They both tried to call, then text, then email, then beg mutual friends to reach me. But there's no phone number for someone who's done feeling anything. There's no email for the version of me they murdered. There's only this: silence. And the thing about silence is, it echoes. They hear it every morning when they wake up, every time their messages go unanswered, every time they sit at the dinner table, and no one clinks a glass. Do you believe in closure? Or do you believe some people should live forever with the sound of your absence? I moved to a small coastal town. No one knew my name. No one asked questions. The air smelled like salt and second chances. I woke up without dread, made coffee without checking her mood, laughed with my son without wondering what lies waited behind a smile. There were nights I couldn't sleep. The silence was loud at first, but slowly it turned into peace. I started painting again, something I hadn't done since college. I stopped needing to explain myself to people who never cared to understand me in the first place. I built a life not fueled by revenge, but by quiet reconstruction. And one morning, I opened the freezer in my new apartment and saw that glass, the one I once froze my wedding ring in, still intact, still cold, but meaningless now. I smiled, then threw it out, because I no longer needed to keep the cold close. I had warmed up again. Revenge ended years ago. Healing just began. And for once, I didn't feel like a broken man with a story to tell. I felt like a man who'd lived to tell it and walked beyond it. I didn't share this story for drama, or sympathy, or likes. I shared it because I know there's someone out there, right now, sitting in silence. Someone who smells perfume that wasn't bought for them, who sees a name pop up too often, who feels the gut pull of something wrong, but keeps smiling anyway. This story isn't just mine. It's yours. Or it was. Or it could be. So if you're listening, and you're still hiding your pain behind family photos, still playing happy, while your world quietly falls apart, know this: you're not alone. You're not crazy. And you are not weak for loving someone who chose to lie. But please, don't stay where your soul is shrinking. You don't need permission to leave. You don't need proof to start over. You just need to remember who you were before the gaslighting made you forget. Tell your story, even if it shakes, even if your voice cracks, even if no one claps, because silence only protects the liar. And your truth deserves a voice. I'm not here to save you. I just want you to know I got out, and so can you. Most people think revenge is fire, screaming, breaking things, exposing everyone. But real revenge is stillness. It's choosing not to respond. It's letting someone wake up every day and realize you're not coming back. I don't hate her anymore. That would mean I still carry her. I don't hate him either. He lost long before I walked away. The truth is, they didn't take everything from me. They just took my illusion. And once that was gone, I could finally see clearly. Some people are chapters. Some are warnings. And some are proof that even the most perfect smiles can hide rot beneath. If you've ever been through something like this, know this: you're not weak. You're not broken. You're not stupid for trusting. You were simply real in a world that rewards manipulation. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to destroy them to win. You just need to outgrow the version of you that settled for pain disguised as love. If this story felt like yours, tell me, say something, or just type, "I'm still standing." Because if you're still here, still breathing, still healing, then you've already won. And if you want more stories like this, true, raw, unfiltered, subscribe to Lies Unveiled. Because here, we don't just tell stories, we reclaim them.